Greetings, toiletarians. I'm your host, Toilet Terry, and you guys are all watching Toilet Talk with Terry. That's me, obviously. The discussion topic for this episode is crudeness. I grew up surrounded by a bunch of crudeness, a bunch of crude people. Especially in my adolescent years, the two places on earth where the people were most crude in my life at the time, or in my entire life per se, were high school, especially in ninth grade, and church youth group. You see, I remember in high school, I'll tell you what, they be talking nasty crude talk. I remember one time someone said to another, I'm going to tell you what they said. They said, "I'm going to fart on you if you don't stop acting like a dope." Well, that was uncalled for. I'll tell you what. There was this boy in my ninth grade class named Jerome Law. I'll tell you what, he was nasty. He was the nastiest boy in the whole ninth grade, and probably in the entire high school. He'd be telling people stories along the lines of, "When I was in Brooklyn back in the day, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was scoring them fine-looking fat butts like nobody's business." When he said that, I gave him the dirtiest look. And I snapped at him. I made a snappy, crude comment back in response to what he said. I said to him, "Boy, you ain't nothing but crusty, dusty, musty." Tell you what. I remember one time this boy was bullying me and I made a crude comeback. Listen to this. There was this boy, this heavy-set African-American dude. He used to bully me for being so small all the time because I was really small at the time and kind of still am. He said to me one time, "Boy, you so skinny you use a Cheerio as a hula hoop." I noticed he was wearing a red pullover hoodie, and yeah, he had a mohawk. So, after he said that, I snapped back at him, "Shut up, you..." Because he had on a red hoodie and a mohawk, I said to him, "Shut up, you big red chicken." Man. Them folks, I tell you what, they be just as crude as what you'd see on TV these days, or what you'd see on TV in that day. From the late 90s, mid to late 90s to now. Let's say the show South Park, the movie Dumb and Dumber. They'd probably be watching that stuff and be like, "Yeah, that's how to be. What you see on TV is the way to be," which is how it is for the most part in this generation. The worst generation ever, period. I wouldn't want my kids one day watching something like Dumb and Dumber and being like, "Yeah, be like them." I tell you, some people made the most crude comments for no good reason at all. For example, this one time I told this other guy in my grade who I trusted, so I had a crush on a girl, and when I told him I had a crush on a girl and told him who it was, he made a snappy, crude comment in return. He said, "Boy, I want you to know something. You are one whore of a man." What does that mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you what, the most crude person at the whole school, at my whole high school, was a girl. Something to know about her is that she was big, big. Why y'all shut your mouths? Anyway, I remember this one day she couldn't fit through the front door of the school. It was a single door. Yeah, school with a single door up front. What are the odds? Anyway, she makes the most crude comments as she's trying to fit through the door. She's like, what am I gonna do? Don't you have anything wider? Oh my, squishy, squishy. I think I can just barely make it through this door. Don't you have anything wider? I'm just gonna have to stay right here. I can't make it in. I gotta have a wider door. Please get me a wider door. A wider door, please. That one. The principal will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. What can we do for you? Do you need to enter through the double doors in the back of the school? Would that work out for you? About 30 minutes later, she entered through the back double doors. She makes the most crude comment. She walks through and she's like, I can just come in easy breezy without pinching my butt. If that's not crude, I don't know what is. And then she lets out a, thank you, Jesus. I'm done. Anywho, there's also this guy I work with at my job who goes around telling people the most crude stuff imaginable. For example, he goes around telling people, hey, you want to hear the world's funniest joke? The best joke in the world? He says it to random strangers. Want to hear the best joke in the world? They'd be like, sure, why not? He's like, okay, here it is. Your cat's dead and your mother-in-law is stuck on the roof. Ha 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 ha. Okay, first off, that's not even a joke. And anyway, if that's not crudeness, I don't know what is, folks. The most crude thing I've ever seen, though, y'all aren't going to believe what I'm about to say. Most of y'all won't, unless you agree with me. It's Barney the dinosaur. I mean, come on. In high school, who do you know who would end the day by singing, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Ew. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you, won't you say you love me too? Well, maybe in dog school. I mean, whoever wrote Barney the Dinosaur must have not thought that was crude. Some people do, some people don't. That's the bottom line. So I guess you could say the moral of this episode, this discussion topic, is crudeness is subjective. Society decides what's right or wrong the same way we decide what's crude or not. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this discussion topic. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content, which will be amazing. You won't want to miss it? All right. Keep it real. Peace out.